At 5:03, we also want to update you and give you a live look from Washington, D.C. this morning, specifically the White House, because the world is watching. President Trump says he is honored to now host Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, flanked by other European leaders. This, of course, comes days after his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, we've been watching this closely. No ceasefire agreement on Friday, but over the weekend, the president seemed to put the ball in Zelenskyy's court.
CBS News' Jared Hill joining us now from New York, breaking down everything we can expect. It's been a whirlwind of a couple of days, Jared.
That's right, AJ and Susan Elizabeth. And we are seeing President Trump suggesting that President Zelenskyy could do a number of things to end the war in Ukraine. The question is going to be, does that mesh with what Zelenskyy wants to do? All of this, again, just a weekend after the Trump-Putin summit, Trump and Zelenskyy are now going to be meeting face-to-face in Washington. And Ukraine's president is bringing international backup after his last visit didn't go well.
Today, a European show of support as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy prepares to meet with President Donald Trump in the Oval Office.
We are deciding what we are going to discuss in Washington.
It's Zelenskyy's first return to the White House since this heated exchange in February.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now.
This time, Zelenskyy is bringing backup in the push to end Russia's war with Ukraine. Last night, he posted on social media he hoped the joint strength will force Russia into a real peace. The sit-down comes after President Trump met with Russia's Vladimir Putin in Alaska Friday.
I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on, most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway.
Since the summit, President Trump has backed off his earlier push for a short-term ceasefire to foster negotiations, instead suggesting they go directly to a peace agreement. Zelenskyy disagrees.
It's impossible to do this under the pressure of weapons. So it's necessary to cease fire.
White House officials say the group today is expected to discuss solutions regarding territory taken by Russian forces.
There needs to be an agreement on territories and where the lines are going to be drawn.
Yesterday, Zelenskyy said that issue should only be discussed with Ukraine, Russia, and the U.S. all at the table.
And this morning, we're just seeing some news here that Russia attacked a part of Ukraine, killing 3 people, 20 of them injured as well. So all of this is happening, just ahead of this meeting later on today. White House Special Envoy Steve Witkoff has said that Putin agreed to let the U.S. and European allies offer Ukraine NATO-like security guarantees. No details on exactly what that would look like. But yesterday, President Trump reiterated on social media that Ukraine would not be joining NATO. Back to you.
Okay, Jared, it sounds like a very fluid situation. Another question for you. We saw some video that there was that support from other European leaders. Who is backing him up in Washington?
Yeah, so there's actually a pretty lengthy list of folks. You have the NATO Secretary, British Prime Minister, Presidents of France, as well as Finland, the German Chancellor, Italian Prime Minister, who interestingly is someone who is said to sort of have the ear of President Trump, and then also the President of the European Commission. So again, you have all of these world leaders coming in to show, it seems, support not just for the president of Ukraine, but also for this continued, transatlantic partnership that the U.S. has been involved with, really trying to make sure, it seems, that all of that stays intact as they work together to end this war that Russia has waged in Ukraine.
Going to be paying close attention to what happens today and unfolding at the White House. Jared Hill giving us the update. Jared, thank you.